You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you. When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Welcome everybody to Casper. We're here at Washington Park in Casper to watch the Lander Lobos attempt to get back to their 5th straight state championship game, and it would be a back-to-back championship victory if they were able to do that and get the victory later, but that is a long ways away. First up, we have to beat Rock Springs, a team that is very familiar with Lander and a team that Lander is very familiar with themselves. They had a couple times this year where they had to go up against Rock Springs, and that was in their Mother's and Father's Day tournament, both of which Rock Springs ended up in the championship game, and one of which Rock Springs ended up winning. So they watched Rock Springs win a tournament on Lander's home field. I'm sure that kind of sticks in their mind here. Last time they met was on Father's Day weekend. Rock Springs beat them 10-4, and that's going to be a perfect way to lead into our Lander Journal keys to the game, because in that game, the Lobos only recorded 1 hit, and it was actually from Connor Higginbotham. They had 8 strikeouts thrown against them, and they were only able to toss 4. And that was the day that Evan Stevenson and Darius Boyer were both pitching. They're just going to have to get off to a better start, and not just hitting, but pitching. As they're pitching, Evan, through 1.2 innings, had 5 hits. He walked him 7 times and only had 3 strikeouts. He's had 10 games better than that this year alone. So we'll see if that was just a fluke game, or if Rock Springs really is just that good. The time before that, they beat them was back on June 4th. Rock Springs beat them 3-1, so that would make them 0-2 just in the last month against this team. And then you add it all together from the beginning of the season. Rock Springs beat them on Mother's Day in the tournament, 1-0. It was just a very slow-rolling game. Rock Springs got out to that 1-0 lead early. I believe it was the first inning. Let's check here. Yeah, it was the first inning, and just couldn't do any. 0 hits up until the 4th inning, it looked like. So 1 hit was allowed by Rock Springs in that game. That ended in 1-0. So they're 0-3 against this Rock Springs team. We'll see if the revenge card has any play today. And then for Rock Springs, obviously they know how to beat this team. If they can just keep going, who knows? They might be in the championship game, and we may not be here at 3 o'clock because we're going to be covering Lander. And we want Lander to get back there, not just for Coach Rees, but for the fact that this team deserves to go back-to-back after the season that they've had. And that'll do it for our Lander Journal keys to the game. Of course, brought to you by the Lander Journal newspaper for pictures and full recaps of every game from this weekend. Be sure to check out Wednesday's edition of the Lander Journal. You can start or continue your subscription today at 421 East Main Street in Riverton. And you can also start or continue the Ranger or Wind River News subscriptions as well. And you can call 856-2244 to do that as well. Can I get those lineups from you guys? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's go right into our Sutherland starting lineups, brought to you by Sutherland's Home Improvement Store in Riverton. For Rock Springs is going to bat first, correct? Cool. So we'll go back. We'll go down the lineup here. Shortstop Owen Patterson going to start us off. Catcher Kyle Cahill. Then first baseman Sean Stone. Aiden Walker is going to get the nod to pitch today. He's batting 4th. Center fielder Saban Carlson is going to bat right ahead of the extra hitter Caden Pluid. Caden's a big boy. That's a big kid right there. And then Kason Cahill, the left fielder, going to be batting 7th. Ethan O'Brien, the third baseman. Chase Hubert in right field. And to round everything out is going to be Chase Shelley from second base. As far as Lander goes, it's going to be Sam Bush starting everything off again. He has just had a dominant weekend. He had a grand slam yesterday. He went 4 for 4 on the first day, 3 for 4 on the second day. Again, batting behind him is going to be Caden Rowan, the shortstop. Then first baseman, Connor Higginbotham. And then Evan Stevenson going to get the nod to start pitching here. And he's going to be batting 4th. Josh Benz, he's been really growing. He's on right field today. Hunter Velarde out in center. Will Bush at 3rd. Teddy Rivera out at 2nd, Zach Ward in left, and Juan Herrera is going to be the extra hitter. So we have a good lineup for you guys today, and that is probably their strongest hitting lineup of the weekend so far. They added in Zach Ward. He's had a good couple games, and then, of course, Juan Herrera has really shown up there. Thank you guys so much. And we are about ready to get out here, and I just want to say thanks to Sutherland's for sponsoring our starting lineups all year long. If this does happen to be our last broadcast of the baseball season, just want to say a big thanks to Sutherland's. Reminder, if you need anything for your home improvement, whether it is the hammer, the nails, the wood, or anything in between, be sure to go out into Riverton on North Federal Boulevard and head up Sutherland's home improvement store. That's Fremont County's home improvement store. Well, we ran through this Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show rather quickly because I had to drive all the way from Riverton today, and we only just got here about 30 minutes ago. So we actually have a little bit more time. I want to give a big thanks to Hampton as well. They've been our pregame sponsor for baseball, football, and basketball, as well as soccer, and we love Hampton Inn & Suites. I stayed there for the first 2 months I lived in Wyoming, and nothing but great people, great sheets, great beds, great service, and of course, unlimited breakfast in the morning. You can't beat that. That is just the best part. So Hampton Inn & Suites, whether you're staying in Riverton or anywhere in Fremont County or Wyoming, let alone the United States, be sure to check out availability at Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton. Hampton Inn & Suites, the best sleep you'll ever get. We're going to let the teams take the field here. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show from Casper right after this.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Gourmet pizza in a flash. Papa Murphy's on North Federal and Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.
From the field to the court to the pool and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Riverton Blowdorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blowdorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blowdorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blowdorn Lumber.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
So the interesting thing with that is...
Welcome back. We're about to start off the game here, and it's going to be Evan taking some practice pitches. We found out who won the raffles yesterday, the wine bottles, the whiskey derby package, the whiskey packages. They had a bunch of stuff donated and a bunch of stuff up for auction here. Getting bitten by mosquitoes, not surprising. And we're going to just hurry up and kind of get out of this Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show. We want to get right into this game. We have had nothing but preparation and anxious nervousness, waiting to see if the Lobos would even get back to this game after the emotional week that they've had. And they have proven to everybody, I should say, that emotion can trump everything. After a big week this week, it's pretty obvious that the spirit of David Rees is here in Casper with them, and we're going to see if that's still with them today. They've won all their games by mercy rule blowout, and it was really, really exciting to watch the last couple of days. First day they beat Gillette, thank you, by 15-2. Then they won the next day 24-4, and then yesterday they beat Casper Crosshairs 28-9, and it's just been nothing but blowouts for Lander here. But Rock Springs is a different beast. They have been in these situations all year long, including at both tournaments in Lander, like we mentioned. They've won the Mother's Day tournament. They got all the way to the championship game in the Father's Day tournament. That's just something that they do. They get all the way there. And today they're wearing their white jerseys, blue pinstripes down the legs, and they got the gray numbers. Meanwhile, Lander's still rocking their black and green mountain jerseys. Kind of look like the Rockies jerseys, to be honest. And just a different color here. We love those new jerseys. We want to say thanks to Hampton Inn and Suites again for not just today, but all season long and all year long in all of our sports. Remember, if you want the best sleep you'll ever get, stay at a Hampton Inn and Suites by Hilton. We're getting ready here. Up to bat first is going to be Owen Patterson. No one's got their game changer up. We're just going to make sure set up here.
Up to bat first, we're going to have the shortstop, Owen Patterson.
Owen Patterson, the shortstop, is going to bat first. He digs his heels into the ground right at the back of the batter's box there. Shortstop, Kate Rowan, now second, Teddy Rivera. They're taking a little bit of a step towards first and third. Very first pitch by Evan Stevenson's a breaking ball into the strike zone. Standing behind Sam Bush is umpire Tommy. Standing out by first base, umpire Julie. Gets a swinging strike there from Patterson. Came over the top of it as that one was right up the top of the strike zone. And Stevenson starting off hot, just like we feel up here. Someone told me that we were echoing. I'm so sorry. I just got a message saying that we were echoing. It's my bad, and we were getting pickup from the camera as well. We should be better now. Thanks. Ball one was thrown there before this next pitch. Stevenson with a 1-2 count, tossing to Patterson. That's going to make it a 2-2 in the bottom. And that was a little low and outside. Now we're evened up at 2-2. If you're picking up some ambient noise, we got the fans going because it's so hot up here. Oh, swinging strike three. It was a little outside. He got him to reach. And that'll be good for out number one and strikeout number one for Evan.
Kyle Cahill.
Now up to bat, Kyle Cahill. It was a gnarly slider if it was. Connor goes back up to the mound, daps up his teammate, and gets a good look here at Kyle Cahill, the catcher. Ooh. Trying to stay out of the sun as much as possible up here. Going to sit like this. Stevenson winds up, fires a heater, and goes back up, and it hits the very top of the fence. So foul for strike one. Cahill now looking at an 0-1 pitch. Number 11, Shawn Stone in the box. Oh, and that one was high and almost hit him there in the dome. He's got to watch out. That'll be good for ball one. Like we said, Lander's 0-3 against this team this year, and you got to think the revenge card plays into what Lander's been trying to do all week long, which is just get back to their 5th straight championship. That ball was a little outside, makes it 3-1. Hitter's pitch here. He can do what he wants. He gets that one a swinging strike. That looked like a fastball right down the inside of the strike zone there. So a full count for Kyle Cahill. The full count pitch is low and outside for ball 4. Very patient of Kyle Cahill.
Walked in right there by Stevenson.
So now up to bat is Shawn Stone.
It's going to be the first baseman, Shawn Stone.
And Shawn Stone's a pretty big boy, too. I don't know what they're putting in the water down at Rock Springs. They've got some players that look like full-grown men out there. And for those of you that didn't stay up like an idiot like me and watch the UFC fights last night, you missed out on some good ones. Get into that here in a little bit. That one looked like it wanted to break, but it didn't break all the way, and it stayed high, so ball 1. So with a runner on first, it's going to be a 1-0 pitch here for Stone. He gets a swing and strike there. It looked like it dropped right at the last second. The last time these two teams played each other was just 2 weeks ago. And Shawn Stone didn't have a terrible day. He went 2 for 3, crossed home plate twice. He was one of their better hitters of the day. That one was outside for ball 2. Now, as I try and find the game changer that someone's using here. He gets a good hit right back up towards the mound and underneath Caden Rowan's glove. Up towards center field where Hunter Velarde's going to corral it and keep the runner at second.
Single out to center on that one. We'll bring up your pitcher, Aiden Walker.
Now Aiden Walker up to bat. Walker didn't have a terrible game either the last time these two teams met. He ended up going 2 for 2 with 2 runs, and he was walked as well. A walk here would load up the bases, but Evan Stevenson going to try and get the second out first. Walker watches that go low. Patient of him, as I remember speaking about how Aiden Walker's kind of a swing-first kind of player. He likes to swing at the first pitch. So does Evan Stevenson, though, so maybe he knew that, and he has a good understanding of this team by now. I would be surprised if he didn't know who likes to swing first and who doesn't. Stevenson winds up and fires again outside. That one a little lower, too. Ball 2. Again, whoever wins this game going to the championship game at 3 o'clock. And it will be right here at Washington Park. If you're listening in Lander and they do end up finding their way into that 3 o'clock game, you have plenty of time to get out here. And all that construction on Casper that keeps you kind of halted for about 10, 20 minutes Wasn't there when I drove here today, but it might have been because it was too early. So hopefully you get out of there, and it's about a 2-hour drive from Riverton, 2.5 from Lander, and a 2-1 pitch here from Evan Stevenson. He gets him to swing and reach for it as it dropped outside. We also stopped by the shooting location, one of my favorite movies growing up yesterday, Hell's Half Acre. For those of you that have seen Starship Troopers, that's the planet Klindathu. It's kind of fun. I didn't know about that until I heard it on a podcast, and of course we drove right by it. And that looked good. Stayed high, though, for ball 3. Now we got 3-2-1 on the board. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's still a 0-0 game with runners on first and second in this top of the first inning. Lets out a big breath, and he gets that low and away, and that will be ball 4. Stevenson loads up the bases, and up to bat now. I believe that's Carlson. Yes, it is, Sabin Carlson. We're going to get a meeting up at the mound right now. Everyone's going to give Stevenson his props. He's been doing well all year long. The only hiccup he's had all season was against this team. I think they're talking about it. Caden gives him a little rub on the cheek. The handshakes, the daps, they all happen up on the mound, and see if we get a little bit more relaxed Evan Stevenson here with the bases loaded and only 1 out on the board. Sabin Carlson, the center fielder, up to bat. And in their last game, he had a full stat sheet. He went 1 for 2, crossed home plate twice. He had 2 RBIs. He was walked, and he was one of the only strikeouts of the game as he struck out once against this very same pitcher. Gets a good shot right to Caden Rowan down at second. He tries to get the easy at second, and he doesn't. And that'll be all for naught. Makes it a 1-0 game in favor of the Spartans. Looked almost like he kind of hesitated on the toss there. He underhanded it over to Teddy Rivera, and I'm not sure if maybe he was just thinking about the easy out at first or the easier out at second. Either way, the millisecond of hesitation caused that to be safe at second, and now we have runners on all bases still, and a very talented Caden Pluid up to bat. That was inside for ball 1. Caden might be the second biggest kid here this week. I don't know if the Green River player is here that I think everyone knows about. And that's a good first strike 1 on the outside bottom corner. We're talking about it up here. The play was at second, just didn't seem to happen in time. Pluid waiting for the pitch, the 1-1. Gets him to swing on that one. Dropped into the bottom of the strike zone. Now it's a 1-2 pitch. Stevenson would love to get out of this inning just with 1 run on the board since we're already at that spot. Now the 1-2 pitch. He takes a big sigh, big breath of relief, and he gets him to swing at that one, strike 3. So Pluid will be the second out of the game, and that'll be the second strikeout so far for Evan Stevenson. Now Kaysen Cahill up to bat. And I believe, was it Kaysen or Kyle that was the Heart of the Babe Award for Rock Springs? It was one of the Cahill brothers. I believe it was Kaysen. Cahill with the bases loaded. Swings on a very low outside ball, strike 1. Stevenson would love to leave 3 runners on base. Looks like Bush kind of moves over to the right side of the strike zone. He gets him there for strike 2. And even though Bush kind of moved to the right, he actually put that glove right in the middle, over the middle of the base, and that's exactly where it ended up. Great conversations between Will and Evan Stevenson when the games aren't happening. They are telepathic between each other at this point. gets a check swing, and he's going to call it strike 3. So that'll do it for the top of the first, and what a top of the first it was. Stevenson left 3 runners on base. We'll be right back after this from Casper.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Welcome back to Casper here at Washington Park. It's going to be the bottom of the first coming up after this, and the Rock Springs Game Changer video seems to be on, but I can't find their Game Changer on Game Changer. And the Lander team, for the first time ever, is not doing a Game Changer. I wonder what the reason is for that, but either way, we're just going to go based off some stats from up here. And right there, they went through 6 batters, I believe. 7 batters, and had 3 strikeouts, all from obviously Evan Stevenson. Now it's going to be Aiden Walker's turn on the mound to pitch, and it's going to be a heavy batted Sam Bush to start off the day. As we already mentioned, he had a grand slam yesterday, and that was all for David, he said, and he's been waiting to get that homer all week long. He's been hitting them in practice, and he's not been able to get one in the game, but what a one to get. And, you know, they were already up by 20, almost 20 points, I believe, and they just ended up going up even more with that 4-run home run. So up to bat first is Sam Bush. And it's funny because when you talk to Sam Bush, I don't know how many people think he might be the really heavy hitter type player. He doesn't have the arm definition of maybe some of the other teammates here, but he's actually been hitting them long all year long. He's had quite a bit of balls go all the way out to the fence posts, and today he's hoping to get just as many as he's up to bat first, and they need 1 run to tie this up. Who's that laying outside and outfield? Is he on the other side of the fence? Oh, it looks like he's laying on the inside. And he swings on the first pitch for strike 1. It looked like it was a little inside. Again, he looked like he was trying to get all of it there with that power. On deck is Caden Roan. He's getting his practice swings in as Walker fires that one low and down the middle for ball 1. Umpire Tommy puts up the 1-1 here. You can hear his teammates rooting him on. The 1-1 pitch gets swung on. It goes right towards shortstop, and he can't get the ball in the glove. Is he safe? He's out. Nice scoop by Sean Stone, and a good recovery from the shortstop there. That being Owen Patterson. Now up to bat, Caden Rowan.
Bring out the shortstop, Rowan.
And Caden Rowan is a huge San Diego Padres fan. I make fun of him for it all the time. So now Rowan, after Bush almost got to first, he takes a swing on the first pitch, and it goes past first base, right out to right field. The first baseman, Sean Stone, put a glove over it, and I think it just bounced right over his head. Connor Higginbotham now up to bat. He had one of his lesser performances yesterday. I'm sure he's trying to reroute that one into a game like he had in the first day, and the rest of this season. He's just been pretty consistent in the batter's box as well as on the mound. See if he stays consistent today. The throw was low. It's going to be ball one. Walker looked like he let that go a little bit after he had already taken that step. Walker's got a very classic wind up and throw. Gets that leg kind of high in the air. Not there. He takes a short step, and it's low for ball two. And Cahill's just going to come out and talk to him. This seems early to have a conversation other than maybe they're talking about how dangerous they know Connor can be. He has hit a home run. It wasn't against this team, I don't believe. We'll double-check Game Changer here, but he did have a home run just a little bit ago, about a month ago, I think. And, no, it wasn't. Look who's here. And she got me scooters. Thank you, that looks really good. So now with the pitcher back and the catcher back, Connor's going to be looking at a 2-0 pitch here, 1 out on the board. He takes a swing at that one, and it goes right. Doesn't hit a car from the sound of it.
Remember to bring foul balls back to the concession stand for retreat.
Finley sprinted down the stairs for that foul ball. 2-1 pitch here now. Still 1 runner on first and 1 out on the board. Connor's got this looking here as Walker checks first, and he throws low again for ball 3. That's where most of his non-strikes have been going, and that's been low for the most part. 3-1 now. Hitter's pitch here for Higginbotham. And he watches that go low and inside for ball 4. For those of you that didn't stay up late like I did, even though I had to drive 2 hours today, we had some good UFC fights last night as Alexandre Pantoja became the new flyweight champion over Brandon Moreno. That was a ground and pound game. He was getting him down on the ground. Brandon Moreno was just taking shots at him standing up, and both fighters' styles really showed. And that was won on a split decision, but Alexander Volkanovski, he won by KO, TKO technically over Yair Rodriguez. It was International Fight Week last night. If you're not a UFC fan, I'm sure I'm just speaking gobbledygook to you, but it was worth the pay-per-view last night. As that one was low and outside for strike 1 as that caught the strike zone. On top of that, Dricus Duplass, I think that's how you say his name, I can't remember. Duplass won by KO against Robert Whitaker. He's going to fight Israel Adesanya in 9 weeks. That's going to be a huge fight. He gets good contact on that. It goes foul for strike 2, though. And for those of you that watched UFC 20 years ago, you might recognize this name, Robbie Lawler. He won in about 15 seconds. There was 3 fights last night that lasted under 25 seconds, and Robbie Lawler's final fight in the UFC was last night. He won by knockout in about 15 seconds against Nico Price. That ball goes high. He thought about throwing it to second, but no one ran there, so we're looking at a 1-2 pitch now. Good patience there by Stevenson. Good eye to not get that swinging strikeout for strike 3. Stevenson getting cheers from the sideline now. He gets good contact there. It's going to go right to left field. It's going to bounce past the left fielder. That'll bring in 1. Could it bring in 2? Higgy's going to streak. He's going to streak all the way home. This is going to be close. Oh, it's too early, and he's out. Caden Rowan made it from second to home, and Higgy thought and got the green light from Shannon Stevenson, but the throw was there from the third baseman. And Josh Benz up to bat now after that close call at second. He's got 2 outs on the board now, and he's going to watch that go low for ball 1. I heard you guys dominated last night, Coach. 13-3 over this exact team right here. Oh, Cheyenne. Apologies. Valor, you guys entered the 1 seed today? Yes. Yeah, so Valor's where Lander's at, except on the other side of the pool. Oh, he gets contact there. It goes foul about 2 feet to the left, though. So who does Casper play today? I actually looked at the... Yep, so it will be a championship game between one of these two teams and the Casper Valor home team and the Gillette Hitmen, who Lander beat on the very first day, 15-2. So Stevenson's still on second. There's still 2 outs on the board. It's 1-1. And it's 1-1 on the bottom of the first. Now it's 1-2. Ooh. Aiden had to jump high for that ball. I don't think that would have let Evan go to third from second, but either way, good athleticism by Aiden Walker to get that ball back. Hunter Velarde on deck here, but Benz has to do something with 2 outs on the board for him to get up to bat. And he doesn't get it there. It's strike 3. So after 1, it's all tied up, 1-1. We'll be back after this.
Riverton Blowdorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blowdorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blowdorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blowdorn Lumber.
Some say healthcare is a calling. Taking care of others. It's who we are. It's what we do. And what we love. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been here. For the expected and the unexpected moments in life. As one of the region's largest employers, we're investing in our communities through donated services and charitable contributions. We're investing in our people, technologies, and facilities, so better care is more convenient and available to everyone, right here, close to you and the things that matter most. From maternity through maturity, from pediatrics to primary care, we're making a difference by improving life and health in our communities we love. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Welcome back. It's the top of the second here after Lander let 1 player remain on base. It was Stevenson out on second. Meanwhile, the top of the first ended with 3 batters on left on base for the Rock Springs Spartans. Let's see how both of these teams come out in the second inning now that they've gotten a taste of each other. Benzie swung into a strikeout there to end that, and now Benzie out in right field, where it is just probably scorching hot. There's not a singular cloud in the sky, and I mean that fully. If you are watching on the screen, it's not just out in front. It's to the sides. It's behind us. There isn't a cloud within 100 miles here, it looks like, because there's going to be nothing stopping the shadows today, and if you're not wearing sunscreen, you're going to get a farmer's tan. I'm not making fun of your farmer's tan. I'm just saying farmer's tan here. You got a good one, though. You've been out here for 4 days, I would imagine, though, with the same. Oh, yeah. So my farmer's tan is getting there, but it's not nearly to the extent of the coaches left to me. Now up to bat, number 25. Yeah, you got a good one, too. Well, the players I would expect to have. Yeah, there you go. The farmer's tan on the shorts. I would expect the players to have them here. And now that ball breaks, but it doesn't break enough inside, and it's going to be ball 1. This is Ethan O'Brien, the third baseman, up to bat. Stevenson starts him off with a ball. He does that breaking ball so well where it looks like it's going to hit you if you're a right-handed batter, and it breaks into the strike zone. Right there, it just didn't break enough. See if he tries that again. He doesn't, but he gets the strike, the swinging strike there. And it's evened up now at 1-1, just like the score, 1-1. I want to give a big shout out to Darius Boyer, our Gatorade player of the game yesterday. Even though he is injured and he was limping to first all day yesterday, that's strike 2. Darius Boyer is still on the in the dugout, rooting on his team. He cannot wait to see what they can do today. And then obviously tomorrow, I don't think they'll be able to use him, but we'll see what they do today on the mound if Evan ever takes a foot off, which right now it doesn't look like he should be. He got him there. Strike 3. It was tipped, though, so it's going to be strike 2 again. And it ends up hitting umpire Tommy right in the face mask or chest pad, one of the two. Bush gives him a second here. Tommy needs to put some sunscreen on his head there. Bush obviously saw something in the swing of O'Brien. He's going to go talk to Evan Stevenson about it, and Evan's trying to fan himself off a little. It is hot out here. Back to the plane. A little swipe there by umpire Tommy on home base. It's a 1-2 pitch here for the third baseman. And Evan would love nothing more than to start this inning out with a strikeout like he did last. And it's not going to happen there, as that one is high for ball 2. So now with a 2-2 pitch, he breaks it inside there perfectly for strike 3. That's what we like to see from Lander and then from Evan Stevenson as well.
Chase Hubert.
And now Chase Hubert up to bat. Just want to give a big shout out to everyone that's been listening to our streams all season long. Those for the Lobos and for the Riverton Raiders. I know we haven't had a lot of Raiders games. Their B and C teams have done nothing but pretty much away games, and most of their home games have been either canceled or postponed due to rain. So it's been rough to get some Riverton Raiders games and some Legion games in there, but we've been lucky with Lander games. A good bounce off the mound is going to lead to an easy out at first. First pitch swing there. And it goes right under the foot of Evan Stevenson. He's even joking about it right there. First pitch swing goes right under the foot of Evan Stevenson, bounces high up in the air, right towards Teddy Rivera. And Rivera, right place, right time. As now Chase Shelley, the second baseman, is up to bat. Evan would love nothing more than to get 1-2-3 here, especially against the Rock Springs Spartans, a familiar foe for these two teams. Ooh, that one's outside and away, and ooh, it hits the camera. Hopefully, was that a camera or was that the pitch speedometer, or whatever you want to call it? So she's going to have to fix that back up. It hit the fence and bounced it right off. Hopefully that technology is not fully broken. 1-0 pitch here, and that's going to make it 2-0 as it goes over the head of Shelley. So a 2-0 pitch incoming, and there's 2 outs on the board. So Shelley has an interesting option here, depending on the pitch, obviously. Stevenson waits for the call from Coach Carey and Bush from behind home plate there. Gets a good swing on that one. That's high. That's out towards shortstop. Caden Rowan says he's got it, and he drops it. Oh, and I was about to say, and that's the inning. And, of course, Caden Rowan makes me almost eat my words. And now the throw goes to all the way past home, and that was a little bit of a scary moment there as Owen Patterson, the top of the rotation, comes back up to bat. Rowan gets a dap up from Will, and he's a little peeved with himself, but you can't get in your own head here. There definitely are. We're talking there's different levels of airs, and right now with the sun up in the air, that was probably one of the higher flying balls you'll ever see. That just went right up in the air, and Caden Rowan had an eye on it the whole time. Just as soon as it hit his glove, dropped it. So reached on first by an error there for Shelley, and now it's Owen Patterson at the top of the lineup. He swings for strike one. He was trying to get all of it there. And now Stevenson keeps checking first. It's not a huge leadoff there, but Higgy's ready for it if he does decide to throw. Gets a good swing on it, but it goes back and tip foul backwards. And the catcher, Cahill, up next to bat, but already has his catcher's gear on just in case. He was a little slow to get to that ball there. Rock Springs tied 1-1 with Lander. Has that game-leading run there on second, and that's going to get him to at least second. Hunter Velarde gets it up and pushes it back to Teddy Rivera at second, and now it is going to be the catcher, Kyle Cahill, not Kaysen Cahill. Kyle takes off his knee pads and immediately gets ready to bat. With runners on first and second and 2 outs, Rock Spring fans have definitely shown up here with the umbrellas. Everyone needs an umbrella if you're sitting outside today. Cahill kind of loosey-goosey in the batter's box here, just a stiff standing. Now he loosens his knees and watches it go strike one. Get you some scores from around Major League Baseball if you weren't watching SportsCenter last night. I don't blame you because we had an early game today. Runner on second base, kind of taking a good enough lead for Caden to go over there after Teddy. And now Stevenson shakes him off, tells him no. And Cahill took time kind of late there. Now the look back and the pitch, and it's swung on again. Nice changeup dropped there. That was one of his slower pitches of the day, but he got him. And I now remember what I meant to grab. I was going to hit the Casper golf course today on the way home. Strike three. We'll have to save that story for later, but right now it's going to be the bottom of the second coming up. It's 1-1.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here. For decades, Sage...
Welcome back to the bottom of the second. I'm joined by our week-long co-host, Finley. How are you doing, Finley? You got me scooters right there, didn't you? No? Is that strawberry milkshakes?
No.
Oh, well, we got to try some scooters here. We haven't had scooters since we were in Kansas City. How was your team last night? I heard Casper won. Yeah? We'll talk to Finley here in a second as we watch Aiden Walker line up and practice some pitches here. Finley's going to take a break, and she's going to go get me some scooters, right? Okay. She's gonna try here. As we look around the Major League Baseball last night, if you are a Rockies fan, you've heard this before. They lost. This time 5-3. I can't say anything as a Royals fan. We lost 10-6. It's very hard. It's hard to be a Royals fan. It's almost as hard to be a Rockies fan, if not harder, because at least the Royals have made it to a World Series, let alone 2 in the last decade. But we had to wait 35 years for those, so we'll see. Up now is Hunter Velarde, the center fielder. Takes his low approach. He's going to bunt it, and it bunts high and behind. And he seems to be a bunt-first player there. Finley, have you ever bunted before? Do you know how to bunt?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it hard?
Yeah.
It is? You got to aim just right? You got to make sure it goes down and not up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it takes some skill to do that. So now after the fouled bunt, he's going to try again, and this time he does get it on the ground. Third baseman was ready for it, and the pitcher tried to pick it up, and he couldn't. And Hunter has the biggest celebration you've ever seen on the first base line. Do you celebrate like that when you get a hit? No? You pretend like you've been there before, huh? Yeah. Hunter, though, got on first, and we all love to see Hunter do that. Will Bush now up to bat, the third baseman today. He's a jack-of-all-trades kind of player, and his brother Sam Bush has really been in the limelight this week. Will now with a runner on first, and Hunter looks like he's going to take second, and he is going to try and take it. It's going to be close. Not close enough. Safe, as umpire Julie calls it out there. And Velarde's always been speedy. He's got the strength that he shows off in wrestling, but he's got the legs too. Always wondered why he doesn't do very much track and field, and instead he does a lot more baseball, which he gets his runs in there. As Bush swung on that, so it was strike one. Now he's got a runner on second. He gets contact there, and it goes foul. Almost hits over the fence, but instead stays inside. And Teddy Rivera going to run over to get it here. How many foul balls have you gotten this weekend? How much free candy do you think you've gotten?
Like, I got 2 from yesterday.
2 from yesterday alone? You didn't bring me any?
No.
Lucky. And swing for strike 3 as Bush goes 1-2-3. Bush is a player, he likes to get all of it if he can, but sometimes he does strike out. Now up to bat is Teddy Rivera. Rivera's a little bit more, conservative, I would say, with his big swings. Hunter, the second baseman and the shortstop are waiting because they know Hunter takes these big leadoffs. And right as I say that is going to be a smaller leadoff as Rivera swings for a high ball there. Strike one. One out on the board here. The game-leading run is on second, and he swings again at another high ball. Rivera's got to cool himself down here. First at bat starts off with an 0-2 count. Might have been 2-0 if he had been a little more patient, but now he steps deep into that batter's box. And he swings at a low ball this time for 1-2-3. So 6 straight strikes lead to 2 straight strikeouts for Lander. And now up to bat is Zach Ward, winner of the scholarship award yesterday, the first one that was given out. And he's excited. He's going to go to Douglas after there's a college in Douglas, right? There. Which one is it? It's part of CWC? Okay. And a good run by Hunter Velarde to get to third. It was close. The dirt got kicked up. As that was ball one for Zach Ward, and then the throw to third was just not in time. to get that third out. Ward thought about taking time, and now we're still in the box. He gets contact there. It goes foul, and it stays back here. There's your third piece of candy if you want it. It's right over there. Look at the little girl trying to get it. She's trying to beat her parents there. She got it. So Zach Ward now looking at a 1-1 pitch. The windup in the throw, and he swings at a high ball. He was trying to tomahawk that one down. And Aiden Walker getting cheers from the side, as well as Zach Ward getting words of encouragement from his side. Looks about even on the Lander side and the Rock Springs side, but then again, there's a big tent blocking our way here. The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs, and he watches that go outside. Nice and patient there. So now a 2-2 pitch, 2 outs in the top of the second here. Or I'm sorry, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. He gets contact, and it goes foul, and Ryan Carey thought about grabbing it barehanded. Might have broken that old man's wrist there, who knows? Now we have another Deuces Wild pitch here, 2-2 with 2 outs. Can't thank Coach Carey enough for coming up here and talking with us. He's not the biggest talker after games. Obviously, when Coach Rees was here, we talked to Coach Rees a lot, and we talked to a lot of players, but we've never gotten a chance to talk to Coach Carey until yesterday, and he was great chat, as that is strike 3 there, and leaves a runner on base, and it leaves it tied at 1-1. We'll head into the top of the third right after these words from our sponsors.
Committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you. When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back. Finley and I are about to watch the top of the third here. Your team plays tonight, or plays next. What do you want out of your team? Obviously, you want a big win, but do you have a brother or a teammate that you want to get a hit there?
My brother doesn't play baseball anymore.
Oh, he doesn't? Well, your dad coaches, right?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll see if Dad maybe gets hit in the hands or something like the coach over there almost did. We'll see if that happens. Sean Stone up to bat, I believe, right? Sean Stone stands in the batter's box. Whoo, he got close to that one there.
Baseman Sean Stone.
And Stone last time got a single and he got all the way around to third before he was left on base. Stone now, again, has to kind of duck away from that one, so ball 2. Stone now, as Stevenson is on pitch number 48. That's a lot for a first 2 innings for this pitcher. That one is just outside the strike zone, high and outside. So he's racked up a 3-0 count here. See what he tries to get Stone to do on this 4th pitch. Oh, that scared me. That was good for ball 4. It was a little inside. Stevenson kind of cooling himself down, kicking the dirt. Up to bat, pitcher Aiden Walker. And now pitcher versus pitcher. These are always fun to watch. I think these guys know each other pretty well, too. They've been playing each other for years, so they know each other's downsides and their upsides. Meanwhile, Shawn Stone has a huge leadoff on first. We'll see exactly where Stevenson decides to go with that. He's looking at him. He's testing him. He's going to throw. No, he's going to fake. And I don't think he can do that again without a balk, correct? Oh, he can? Okay. I know a couple different fakes here in different leagues. There's going to be the throw to second. It's going to be far right, and it's going to go underneath Teddy Rivera's glove and over to center field, and Rivera ends up grabbing it. And he got all the way to third on that one. Not the best throw from behind home plate, and we've seen this the last couple games. Bush is typically on target there after the first throw. I think it's that first one. Needs to get the jitters out, and now he's got a runner on third he's got to be worried about. Still no outs on the board as Walker faces an 0-1 pitch here. Oh, he gets a good foul ball way back there. What's your brother's name?
Reed.
Reed. Hi, Reed. He's not going to talk to us, and that's okay. Aiden Walker now with an 0-2 pitch. Stevenson wants to get an out on the board, especially with a runner in scoring position. He gets him to swing at that and goes right towards Will Bush. Bush throws it to Sam, and instead of getting the easy out at first, that's going to be a single. The decision to throw home was a good one, but Shawn Stone knew that that was coming, and he stopped about halfway and got back to third with a hurry. And now Saban Carlson up to bat. That was a precarious situation for the Bush brothers. Will could have tossed it to first, and that would have probably allowed Stone to get home. Actually, not even probably. That would have allowed that score to go up 2-1. So the play was at home. It just didn't happen the way they wanted it to. And now it goes low and away, and now the play will be at home, and it's not going to be in time. And Rock Springs stays up. 2-1 now. Runners advance from third to home and first to second. As Saban Carlson is going to be looking at a 1-0 pitch. We have time from umpire Tommy, and now we get back to business here. Finally, here's the pitch, and he gets him with a fastball. Strike one. Do you live here in Casper? What's your favorite place to eat?
I like Outback.
Outback? Okay, I haven't had Outback since I was in Kansas City. Thinking about grabbing some food after this game, and that one's going to be fouled back to the right. I was contemplating calling all 3 games today, but without proper breakfast and no sleep whatsoever, I need to get something in my system here. Hopefully we can call the game at 3. Lander hopefully be in it. Runner on second, though, we got to worry about now, and right there, that's going to be ball 3. So it went from a 2-2 pitch to a 3-2 pitch. Oh, sorry. No, these buttons make sounds here. We got to just be careful. Sorry about that. Oh, now it's a 2-2 pitch. My bad.
Casper has many coffee places.
Coffee places, yes. I've had 2 coffees already. We might feel the wrath of the coffees. There's going to make it 3-2. Carlson had to duck out of the way for that one. Oh, we got some YouTube going on behind us. That's why our internet's being a little shady here. If we fall out, don't worry. We'll get right back into it. We had to do that thrice yesterday. We don't want to do that again today. I'm just warning you just in case. Stevenson winds up the full count pitch, and he gets fouled back. And poor Walker wanted to run all the way to third, and he's going to have to walk back to second now. He did, yeah. He had a big jump. He was going to make it to third no matter what, but the foul ball brings him right back. Walker still at second. Still no outs on the board. Full count here for Saban Carlson, the center fielder. Saban. And that's going to be high for ball 4. Boy, that was really up to the umpire there. That looked like it might have clinched the top of the strike zone, but we'll see what he can do now against the biggest player on the field, Caden Pluid. Have you stood next to that kid? That kid's huge. That kid's bigger than me. No, that's Pluid today is playing the extra hitter, but he has pitched before.
He towers over the umpire.
He does. He's one of those bench warmers kids, the I am 12 type of birth certificate looking kids there. Pluid, with 2 runners on base and no outs, has a lot of wiggle room here, and he's going to let it go inside for ball 1. Seen a couple helicopters here. Out in Riverton and Lander, the only helicopters you see are life flights. Is that the same out here? No, you got news out here. That might be a news chopper for all we know. Out in Kansas City, there's 3 or 4 helicopters in the air at all time, it feels like. There's a good strike. Broke inside. So still 2 runners on. It's a 1-1 pitch incoming. Spartans took this 2-1 lead at the top of this inning, and that broke, but it didn't break enough. It almost hit Pluid, but it broke just at the last second. Now it's going to be 2-1. Stevenson is really hoping to pitch down in Kansas next year, or at least maybe the year after that. He did get signed to the Ottawa Braves as a catcher, and right there, Pluid gets all of it. It doesn't go super deep into left field, so that's going to be a good-looking catch for the left fielder. I believe that's Zach Ward. That is Zach Ward out there. So first out under the belt of Evan Stevenson, and it comes from Zach Ward out in left field. Nice job by Walker not to tag. I think he probably would have been thrown out at third. Smart decision-making again by the Rock Springs Spartans. As Stevenson has to take his hat off. He's got the longest hair here. He has to tuck his braids down into the back of his jersey, but that is tradition in his household. Out on the reservation, I met his great-grandma, says she'd die if he ever cut his hair. There's a good hit, and it goes fouls back for Kason Cahill. Hopefully great-grandma's listening to this. I don't see her down there. I don't know if she made the trip or not, but grandma and great-grandma were at the signing. That was on his 18th birthday, the same day that he hit a first-pitch home run on the first game of the night, and there is going to be ball 1. That was just an excellent day for Stevenson. We talked to him after that. If you missed that game, you can scroll back on our YouTube page and go back to their Father's Day tournament, Game 1, I believe it was. That would have been against Green River. There's a high ball as well. Ball 2. And Bush is going to start talking to Stevenson, and he's getting some words of advice from Peyton Rees over there and Shannon Stevenson. I thought it was Paxton Rees for a second, but it's Peyton Rees over there. They're just kind of talking to him about how he needs to throw a little bit further down, giving him some pointers. But Bush comes back to home plate. Still have a runner on first, still have a runner on second. Still have one out on the board. And Kason Cahill is going to be looking at a 2-1 pitch as he steps back in the batter's box. Good leadoff on first, bigger leadoff on second, and there's another high ball. Stevenson, when he hangs his head low like that, he's in his own head. He needs to get out of it, especially with still 2 outs left in this inning. Now it's a 3-1 pitch. Hitter's pitch here for Kason Cahill. Oh, and he's going to fake the throw to Aiden Walker. He doesn't really fake a throw. He just kind of steps towards him, and he's testing Aiden Walker there. Umpire Julie, do you see her kind of do this? She didn't want to get hit. That's going to be ball 4. It's going to load the bases either way. And Stevenson puts his hands on his knees. And we're going to let Peyton Rees talk to Stevenson, maybe get him out of his own head here. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't have a CWC pitching change after this, but we'll be right back and see if we do.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Welcome back after a quick meeting on the mound from everyone in the infield, including Peyton Rees from the dugout. Peyton Rees got the beard genes from David. Paxton got the long hair genes. Peyton says he started the long hair trend and that his dad and brother followed suit, but I just think David wore it better. Maybe I'm biased here, but a new look here for Evan Stevenson as Ethan O'Brien up to bat. Watches that just go outside for ball 1. Ethan O'Brien, the third baseman, with runners on all 3 bases, has just as much wiggle room as the last 2 batters. That broke inside for strike 1. Stevenson, every time he seems to find a groove, he gets into a situation like he just did where he threw a couple too many balls and walked too many players. He gets him to swing for that one, though. Strike 2. A 1-2 pitch with 1 out. Stevenson needs an out here, and not from a fly ball. Oh, and that's going to be ball 3. And we have imploded up to a... Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's ball 2. I'm looking at the scoreboard too late. It's a 2-2 pitch now. Stevenson sets, puts the ball in the glove. Big leadoffs. He doesn't mind. He wants to throw home, and he gets that one. He gets contact over Teddy Rivera. That's going to bring in at least 1. Center fielder Hunter Velarde can't corral it, and that's going to be 2. And then the throw finally gets back to Connor Higginbotham. Makes it a 4-1 game. Stevenson now, with runners on the corners, has to go up against an embattled Chase Hubert. Hubert, in his last at-bat, was walked, I believe, right? He got on what? Oh, he grounded out. I apologize. Hubert grounded out.
No, it's funny. His brother played for the 15U team, and he's probably their star player, and he ended up getting thrown out in their state tournament.
Oh, dang. Well, that runner goes to second rather easily, and an indifference means that they are going to stay there. 1-0 pitch now for Hubert, whose brother apparently got struck out in the junior state tournament.
No, he got thrown out.
Oh, thrown out. I apologize.
Yeah, like he got ejected from the game.
Oh, ejected. Okay. Wording here we got to work on, and that one's going to be high and inside for ball 2. Hubert watching now as a 2-0 ball. 2 more would put him in first base and load the bases again, but we were quite a ways from there as Stevenson needs to get back on track here and back into the strike zone. Here's the pitch, and that's good for strike 1. Caught the very outside of the strike zone. Makes it a 2-1 pitch now. Still 1 out on the board. Will Bush, the sun is directly in his eyes, so he's been holding the glove over his head the whole time. Oh, he gets that one high. Connor's going to try and get to it. He's not going to be able to, and it barely bounces out of the fence. Goes into that little sitting area over there. I don't know what that is. Is that just nice sitting for, I guess that's for probably handicap folks, wouldn't it be? Because you got the ramps. Yeah, that's for handicap. And it looks like some kids are over there playing with chalk. So a 2-2 pitch now. Evan looking for the second out of the inning. Oh, he gets him to strike out. And that was desperately needed from the Lander Valley graduate. I think Evan's favorite moment from outside of baseball, he told me, was when he caught 2 touchdowns in the same game for the Tigers, and then he had the game-winning touchdown against their rivals, the Riverton Wolverines. We were calling that game. Again, if you go back in our YouTube page, you can find that. It was split into 2 because the Friday night game originally started off well for Riverton, and then a lightning delay moved it to 3 days later, actually. That ball goes outside for ball 1, and Stevenson actually fell on the pitch there. He seems to be putting everything he has into every single pitch, and he is currently on pitch number 80. He has up to 105. So I think no matter what, I think we're going to see a second pitcher at some point in this game, unless he just consistently throws strikeouts for the next 24 pitches. And that is Shelley, Chase Shelley, the bottom of the rotation, second baseman. He's looking at a 2-0 pitch here. Shelley waits for it, and he swings. Strike 1. 2-1 pitch now for Shelley. Runners on second and third. With the 2 outs on the board, Evan can get out of this with just 3 runs scored in this inning. That would be his best possible option right now. That's what he's hoping for, the biscuits and gravy fan. Ooh, and that one goes high for ball 3. Shelley now, if he is patient on this hitter's pitch, could load the bases, but he could also get up to a full count. We'll see what Stevenson decides to let go of here.
Like an actual broadcast and everything?
Yes, we're on Wild Today's YouTube page right now. We do radio for basketball and football, but soccer and baseball strictly on YouTube. It's harder to gauge if a game's going to go over or not, and that's going to be over the head almost for ball 4. Stevenson loads the bases once again. And whereas Lander has cowbells, it seems like Rock Springs has those whirly-durlies, whatever they're called. Owen Patterson, the top of the lineup, back up to bat. Patterson struck out in the first inning and got a single in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. But we're going to have a meeting at the mound. We're not going to take the ball out of his hands just yet. He's still sitting pretty at 84 pitches. Ooh.
Andy, think it's because of the rules, like where you have to have the same amount of sports opportunities for boys.
Yeah, high school baseball is not a thing here. That's why we love American Legion and Babe Ruth baseball. Cal Ripken baseball is also out here. But right now, in this Babe Ruth state tournament, it's Owen Patterson versus Evan Stevenson. Bases loaded, 2 outs on the board. That was a great breaking ball, went right down the middle, and it's going to be strike one. Patterson got caught looking.
We won 18U state last year.
We did. Lander did. And they lost to Cheyenne the year before. And then the year before that, I think they beat Casper? No, they beat Cheyenne again, maybe? Gillette, that's right. So they beat Gillette, and then they beat Cheyenne, and they lost to Cheyenne in between. So they've won 2 of the last 3. Yeah, Newcastle was a good team from what I've heard, but Newcastle does not have a team anymore. 1-1 pitch now for Patterson. Stevenson's got to be getting hot out there. Rocking all black as well does not help. And that one was low and away. It broke a little too much. 2-1 pitch now. So Newcastle does have it. So Newcastle does have a junior program. I must have missed that, as Newcastle has had no baseball for a couple years, it sounds like. They're going to try and get back into senior Babe Ruth, just from Mike Antonovich behind us. And we're going to talk to him, actually, after this inning. So be sure to stick around. We're not going to go to a commercial break. And right there's going to be ball 3. He's 1 ball away from walking in another run. Patterson now is watching as Stevenson stares down at the ground. He's really contemplating something. I know David Rees is always on his mind. I'm sure it is out there as well. The hitter's pitch for Owen Patterson, and he swings hard at it. Inflates it to a full count. It's 3-2 with 2 outs on the board. Lander and Evan Stevenson can get out of this here. Stevenson doesn't even bother looking at the bases. His focus is on home plate and Owen Patterson with the 3-2 pitch. He sets and winds up, and it's going to be strike 3. He caught the outside, and that'll do it for the top of the third. And boy, the Spartans have left 3 runners on base in 2 separate innings. We'll be right back with Mike Antonovich after this.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Welcome back. I am joined by a very special guest. It is the president of Babe Ruth Senior Baseball.
Wyoming Commissioner.
Wyoming Commissioner, I apologize. Commissioner, president, you can call yourself a couple things, but it's Mike Antonovich. Not only is he in charge of Senior Babe Ruth, he is the former leader of the Lander Lobos. He handed the reins down to David Rees when he got this job. Coach, in your view, how's Lander been doing this week?
They've had an amazing week this week. They've fought hard through a real tough week. Had a little bit of trouble here in that last half inning, but I expect them to bounce back. Their heart and resilience is pretty strong.
And I don't want to get into the emotions here, especially because this is already an emotional game, but you told me that only David Rees was your choice to take over for Lander. That's because of the way that his mindset and his values were the same as yours.
Yeah. David and I were actually, he was my assistant coach for 3 years, and we had the same, like I said, values, insights, the vision for where we wanted to see this go.
And yesterday you handed out the first David Rees Award. You didn't hand it out because it's not in the mail yet, but we did hand it out to the Lobos. And tell me a little bit about how that came about. I know it had to happen quick and on the fly, but it's going to be here to stay, correct?
Correct. It is one of the things that David and I both had was never give up, fight through everything. And so when I got the word, thinking Monday and talking to my wife and a couple other people, we decided that we wanted to make sure that David's memory lived on from here through. And so we started the first annual David Rees Never Give Up Award. We gave that to Lander's left fielder today, Zach Ward. Knowing him, I actually coached Zach when he was a junior a little bit. The kid has never given up. He's fought every day just to make this team to continue to get his playing time.
And I'll ask you one more question as we watch Juan Herrera step up to the bat. You said yesterday that the Rees boys are kind of like your own second children. How does it feel? You're looking over there. They're sitting right by each other coaching.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a fun, exciting thing to watch these kids come up, play for me, go on, and now they're coaching. I've watched them play through their college. It's a pretty emotional and amazing thing to watch and see them, push what their dad started.
Well, right there, Juan Herrera got strike 2. I'm going to say thanks to Mike. I know you're busy out here, and I really do appreciate you coming up here. We'll try and talk to him a little bit more maybe later, but we got him on record as strike 3 there. We're going to have him in our paper this week as well. So, again, don't miss out on the Lander Journal's Fremont County sports section this week. We'll have everything from Mike to the coaches to the players about what this week means for them. So thank you, Mr. Antonovich.
All right, thank you.
And right now up to bat, Sam Bush, the top of the rotation, is back up here. Bush had that grand slam yesterday, went 4 for 4 on Thursday, I should say, and that one gets fouled, tipped back. As Rock Springs is now looking at a 4-1 lead after that 3-run inning. And that is exactly where they wanted to be. Obviously, they wanted to have more runners there, but they wanted to be in the lead early because they've found out that that's how you beat this Lander team. They've done it 3 times this year. And Bush watches that go low. Smart move to not swing at that one. So 1-1 pitch now. And yeah, Rock Springs in every game that they've beaten Lander in has taken the lead rather early in the game, and they've just been able to keep it. That's what Lander likes to do. That's why they like to bat first. And right there, Bush goes straight to the right fielder, and I think he lost it in the sun or something because it went right over his head, and he's going to get all the way to second on that. So Sam Bush with a great start to this 3rd inning for the Lander Lobos. He gets on base. And now Caden Rowan. Caden Rowan has had a fun week as well. He was part of that home run derby the other day. He said at the beginning of the season, after playing in the junior years, he said, I'm looking forward to finally playing for a goofy guy like Coach Rees. And if you know Caden, you know he's probably one of the goofiest of the bunch down there. He's goofy for wearing a San Diego Padres hat every day, and I'll make fun of him for it. The Tatis Jr. love, I understand, even though he did just get off his PED suspension. Take that as you will. Some people don't like Major League Baseball because that's the vibe around it lately, but Tatis Jr. back on the mound, or back on the infield, and he's been rocking out for San Diego. That goes inside and high for Rowan for ball 1. Had to kind of step away from it as Aiden Walker tossed a heater just high and inside. Walker looks at second, and Rowan gets a good chunk of it. I can't even see it in the air. Oh, it's back here. Wowzers, that was close. You could have stuck your hand out and grabbed that one. Instead, Finley's going to go get it. So now a 1-1 pitch with 1 out. Lander has 1 run, and they are down by 3 right now as Bush takes a good lead off on second, and that's going to be low for strike 2, I apologize. Just caught the bottom of the strike zone. Umpire Tommy has been given some lower ball strikes. That's where his strike zone seems to reside. Every umpire is different. Fires that one high for ball 2. And with Bush's big leadoff on second, Aiden Walker does not take his eyes off him until his left leg is all the way up in the air. Turns his head and fires. We'll see if he does the same here. There, he's looking at second. He's looking at second. Now he's looking at home, and that's low, and he's pushed it up to a full count here. Speaking of Major League Baseball, I started off some scores. We'll get down to some more from yesterday, but so far today only one game has started. It's the Rangers and the Nationals. It's bottom of the second, and right there, the bottom of the strike zone got touched by Caden Rowan and fouled towards the dugout. Yeah, if you weren't watching UFC last night, you might have been watching the Yankees-Cubs. That ended 6-3 in favor of New York. Orioles have continued to succeed, and they did so yesterday. They won 6-2 against the Twins. Nationals beat one of the best teams in the league, the Rangers, yesterday, 8-3. Here's a full count, 3-2-1 on the board for Caden Rowan. And he swings for strike 3. Sam Bush stays on second. And now 2 outs on the board. It's Connor Higginbotham up to bat. Also playing yesterday, Boston beat the Athletics, statistically the worst team in the league, 10-3. Marlins beat the Phillies 5-3. Diamondbacks, big surprise of the year, they beat the Pirates 3-2. I remember when the Diamondbacks were so bad, I was able to get tickets right behind home plate for about $20 down in Arizona. I got to see Randy Johnson play for $24, I think max. It was really awesome. That was back in my childhood. 1-0 pitch here now for Higgy as that one went low. That stayed down the middle and was a little higher for strike 1. And, of course, the Dodgers beat the Angels. We all don't know what the Angels are going to do with Shohei. I think everyone has their own idea, but I think the betting favorite is he's going to go to the Dodgers, who beat them yesterday. So Shohei's getting a taste of L.A. right now as they are playing in Los Angeles. So 1-1 pitch, 2 outs on the board. Sam Bush, a good 10-foot leadoff on second. And Connor hits that one fouled right towards the dugout, and it stays 1-2. At the moment, Aiden Walker only at 48 pitches. Flip it to the other side, and Lander's Evan Stevenson is going to be throwing pitch number 90 if he comes out and stays on the mound. Walker just needs one more strike to get out of this inning. Doesn't get it there. Gets the ball for high. Strike 2. Deuces Wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It is the bottom of the third, and Lander is down 4-1 against the Rock Springs Spartans, who are 3-0 against them this season. And we had to call a time, and I think he called time just in time. Obviously, Aiden Walker did not know because he was looking back at second the whole time. Bush still good off lead off. And he reached for that. That would have been ball 3 if he had let it go. Instead, it stays 2-2. And Higgy still trying to get Bush back home. And that's going to do it for ball 3, and that means Bush is going to go to third. So now we have a full count here for Higgy. 3-2 here. Looks like Connor reached on an error in the first inning. He has just booted it up to a full count here. Here is the pitch. And he's got another foul. It's going to go right into the fans, and Shelly Chance almost gets it. Shelly Chance had to lean back just a little bit more. She would have had a free ring pop.
Why are you covering this up?
It gets hot, and then it turns off. And that'll be ball 4. Yeah, so like feel this. If you feel that, if any of these mechanics get too hot, like it's already really hot, like no, go up here. Yeah, it's going to burn it out here, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Just keep some sun off of it. Same with the camera here, but the camera's got this good protector. It is shining bright out here in Casper. Again, no clouds anywhere in sight. And after a rainy Thursday night, we're just glad to have some good weather here as Evan Stevenson steps up to bat with runners on the corner.
The rain has been pretty bad here, too.
That's high. The throw goes back to third, even though Higgy probably had more space between him and second. Higgy ends up getting to second easily, and Bush able to get back to third safely. 1-0 pitch now for Stevenson, and we're going to call time. And Cahill's going to go up and talk to Aiden Walker right before Walker tosses his 54th pitch. As they take a second here, just want to thank some of our sponsors that you see down on our bottom sponsor roll right there. Wind River Healthcare, they help out so many people in need out in Riverton. And then, of course, WRTA Bus Lines. For a long time, especially during COVID, they were free to ride around all of Fremont County. They have just gone back up to $1, I believe. I might be wrong. I hope I'm not. I believe it is $1 to ride. Stevenson watches that go high, and again, Cahill's going to test Bush on third. There was an injury down at concessions. We hope everyone's okay. Sounds like someone may have just burned their hand on a hot dog. Stevenson watches that break inside for strike one. So a 2-1 pitch now. Stevenson with runners in scoring position. He is the game-tying run at the plate. And he watches that break way outside and low. Good job by Cahill to put a glove on top of it. That would have probably allowed Bush to run home. Now it's a 3-1 pitch. After Stevenson is Josh Benz, but we need to get through Stevenson first because there's 2 outs on the board. Hitter's pitch, and he watches that stay inside, and he's going to let it go. Ball 4. Smart move by Stevenson. Benzie struck out, swinging in his last. And now we're going to get a full-blown meeting at the mound. We're going to take a quick break here and let them talk it over.
A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
And even though Mr. Burberry says go Wolverines at the end of that Papa Murphy's commercial, we do give Papa Murphy's coupons to our players of the game, whether it's in Lander, Shoshone, Wind River, Riverton, or DuBois. We've done all those teams in football, basketball. We've even done Wyoming Indian as well, as Benzie swings for strike 2. But we will have a Papa Murphy's player of the game today, win or lose. Same with the 3 p.m. game if Lander makes it there. We've already given Papa Murphy's coupons out to Sam Bush, Ben Shade, and then Sam Bush again after that grand slam. See who we'll give it to today. That goes low for ball 1. Good job by Benzie not to reach for that one. With runners, with bases loaded, I apologize. He has to be careful here. 2 outs. You don't want to do what Rock Springs has done twice now and leave 3 runners on base, especially one of them being your pitcher here on third base. Oh, and he does so right as I say that. broadcaster's jinx. It's a 4-1 lead heading into the fourth. I'm going to go slap myself.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Welcome back. It's the top of the fourth here. It looks like Stevenson's going to finish out his rotation here. He is, he's at 89, but he gets to go to 105, right? So he's 15 pitches away from having to give up the ball either way. If he were to go 1, 2, 3 and strike out everyone, he would have 6 pitches left in the next inning, but that is thinking generously. And not that I don't think Evan can do it. He definitely can. I just think that's thinking generously with how Rock Springs has been hitting today. As far as Rock Springs goes, we did have a substitution come in. Ethan Milliman, number 9, is going to come in for Kason Cahill. Cahill was playing out in left field, and I believe he's going to be up to bat here, here shortly. I think it was Patterson finished out. And Coach Carey asking for the pitch count. And his green Hey Dudes. The Lobos family down there all celebrating today. And the fact that they got here today in honor of David Rees is a huge accomplishment. There were some people that were wondering if the emotions were going to trump everything, and maybe they went 0-2 or 0-3 to go through this weekend, but they have proved every one of those doubters wrong, going 3-0 in dominating fashion. Like we said earlier, all of their games have ended in mercy rules just because of how much they've been up. And now up to bat. Is that Patterson? No, that's Cahill. Kyle Cahill. Oh, and he almost wears that first pitch as Cahill now looks at a 1-0. Looking at a 1-0 rather than looking at a bruised hip. Probably take that every single day as Kyle Cahill steps back up into the batter's box. He gets contact on that one. Left field, Zach Ward says he has it, and he does. Way not to lose it in the sun as Zach kind of stutter-stepped a little bit and found his way back towards where the ball was. So 2 pitches, 1 out, and that's as good as Evan wanted. Up to bat now is Sean Stone. Walking out to some jazz music from the sound of it. Stone, the first baseman, stands with that orange bat. No gloves on today for Stone. That goes outside for ball 1. Stone earlier had a first base hit, and then he what? Okay, hitting a walk. It's different without Game Changer. I don't know why no one's doing them, but we're sitting here rocking the old school scorebook method. As Sean Stone gets contact on that one, and that's going deep out to Hunter in center field, and he makes the catch. And another 2-pitch out there. So Stevenson, I think we were thinking generously, might have had to get through 9 pitches in this inning and then had 6 left. He's already gone through 2 batters in just 4 pitches. He's about to hit number 94. Coming up here now with number 22, Aiden Walker, the pitcher for Rock Springs, who has only tossed 62 pitches. The windup, and he fires way outside. Walker steps back in the batter's box. His back foot is almost at the very outside edge of the batter's box when he is in the stance, and then he's all the way in the back too. So as close into the back left corner and from your view as you can get is where Aiden Walker's at. The toss, good for a strike. A little low, but perfectly placed by Sam Bush. So now a 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. The score has been 4-1 since the top of the third, and there's a high ball for ball 2. So now this 2-1 pitch is the most pitches thrown in this inning for a batter by Evan. This will be pitch number 97. That was a good-looking fastball, just a little high for ball 3. It's a lot of joking up here between a bunch of grown men. It is 3-1. He's trying to get confirmation, it looks like, from everyone. It is 3-1. I'm sorry, 3-1, not 3-2-1. It's 3-1. And now he takes time to tie his shoes. Higgy talking out to Hunter Velarde. I don't know what they're joking about. This whole team's full of jokesters. Even if they're down by 3, they like to joke with each other. Stevenson with the 3-1 pitch. That looked good. It is good for a strike, and I think Aiden Walker thought it was a little outside. We have now gone to a full count, and Stevenson would absolutely love to get out of here on pitch number 99 and not have to face another batter, who would be Saban Carlson, who's on deck. The windup. And that's good for strike 3. Stevenson goes 1-2-3 to end that inning, and he gets a big round of applause from the Lander side. We'll be right back after this.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Gourmet pizza in a flash. Papa Murphy's on North Federal and Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.
Welcome back. Why is my camera not on? Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, we're just dumb then. Okay, let's try this again. I apologize about that. Our camera now is suddenly not going to work. Hunter Velarde up to bat as I try and keep you up to date here. He watches that go strike one. Oh, come on. Let's do this. I don't like doing this in the middle of a game, and I really apologize, ladies and gentlemen. If it's not one thing, it's another with me, I'm sure. And there's going to be a good for a ball as Hunter just watched it go outside. I think it's because my Elgato is heating up. It's very hot out here. And we'll see here. And that's going to be good for ball two. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're back and we're fueled up here. I missed it here, but we're in a 2-2 count with Hunter Velarde on a deck here. Oh my gosh, in the batter's box here. Sorry, now I'm just all flabbergasted. Don't want to touch any wires and turn my camera back off. Velarde now with the 2-2 pitch. Remember, he bunted last time and got all the way to first base, and that's why the third baseman and first baseman are standing closer to the infield, but it won't matter as he strikes out swinging right there. And now Will Bush up to bat. And Bush desperately trying to emulate what his brother has done the last couple days. And his mom, Renee. Oh, look at that. Gets contact on the first pitch. Is it going to drop? It is not. It's going to hit right fielder right in the glove. And much like previous games against Rock Springs, Lander seems to have hit a wall at some point. And now up to bat, Teddy Rivera. Rivera up to bat. He watches that go low and outside for strike one. The windup in the throw hits the dirt. And boy, I bet Lander wishes they were on dirt for that one, or on base for that one, because once it hit the dirt, that would have allowed everyone to run. Instead, it stays 4-1. Zach Ward hurries to get the ball there. Oh, swing for strike two. And now a 1-2 pitch as we're getting sunburnt up here. That's way outside for ball two. And we got Deuces Wild in the bottom of the fourth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As I see the Casper Valor having a team meeting out in left field, out past the fence. Meanwhile, the Gillette Hitmen having their team meeting behind our crow's nest here. The windup in the throw, and it's low for strike three. And just like how Evan Stevenson went 1-2-3, Aiden Walker goes 1-2-3. Little differently, but same ending. We'll be right back with the top of the 5th right after this.
From the field, to the court, to the pool, and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Welcome back. It is the top of the 5th here. Lander has to do some work. Stevenson has 6 pitches left in the tank. He has to get taken out after 6 pitches. But we were just discussing, we've all seen 3-pitch innings, so it's not like it's outside of the realm of reality to see him get through this inning. Before that, Braden Beyondich for Rock Springs is going to come in for Chase Hubert, so that's 7 for 13. Hubert would probably be batting... He's batting second to last, so Beyondich might get a chance to be seen here in this inning. But currently up to bat. What was that number? Who was that? Sorry, Saban Carlson is up to bat. I can't see the backs of the numbers here. Carlson watches that go high for ball 1. Stevenson now with 5 pitches left. We're going to do a little countdown here. We don't get to a full pitch count with Stevenson very often. That one goes low and just off the strike zone for ball 2. And Stevenson now wondering who's going to relieve him. I would imagine it's going to be Higgy, but Caden Rowan is another possibility, and we have seen Will Bush throw before. Neither of those last 2 pitch from behind very often. That would be strike 1 right there, a little inside. So if Rowan comes in and pitches, I think it'll be the first time we've really seen him pitch this week. I might be wrong. He might have had 1 or 2 throws here or there when they were blowing out teams, but he gets strike 2. A little foul ball goes 2 feet to the left. So now a 2-2 pitch, and we're 2 pitches away from Stevenson getting relieved here. Up next is the big batter, Caden Pluid. He's got a big bat, and he isn't afraid to use it. Stevenson winds up and fires ball 3 outside. This 3-2 pitch will be the last one of Evan Stevenson's. He's probably going to move out to shortstop after this, so I would imagine Caden Rowan moves up to the mound, or maybe he goes to first if Connor goes. And he gets a hit right back to Teddy Rivera, who can't put a glove on it. And it bounces over his hand for a single, and that will do it for Evan Stevenson. And so now Coach Carey's going to take him out, and we will get into our first official CWC pitching change of the game. Reminder, if you want more information on CWC's 4-year bachelor degree programs that they now offer, as well as any of their existing 2-year associate degree options and how you can earn those degrees from the comfort of your own home, be sure to visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College. Make your way out here. It looks like Sam Bush might be coming out, so Evan's going to become catcher. I might be able to tell you the switch-ups here, because if Sam is taking off his catcher's uniform, Evan's going to stay at catcher, and it looks like Connor's warming up to become pitcher. And he is getting his pitching glove, so that's going to be 10 for 55. And that's going to be 55 for 41 most likely. I don't think anyone else should move except for whoever's going to take over first base. We'll get the full runaround here in a second. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Welcome back. So we do have a final switch sheet here, if that's what you want to call it. So Higgy is going to move from first to the mound, and Stevenson is going to move from the mound to catcher, and Sam Bush is going to move from catcher to first. So we have a full switcheroo from the mound to the catcher to the first base. And I have seen Sam Bush play catcher, I think, once this year, or I'm sorry, first base once this year. We typically have Darius Boyer either out on third or first, but as we mentioned earlier, he has re-injured his foot. So we're going to see Sam Bush at first, Will Bush at third, and Higgy's going to be on no pitch count other than 105, which is exactly what Evan was on. That's based on the previous few games worth of relieving and pitch counts. So we're going to get Higgy coming back up. And again, I just want to thank CWC for a year-long worth of sponsorship. They help us out with our halftime show during basketball and football and soccer as well. And then for this year, for this baseball season, we decided to put them at the pitching change because we can't guarantee a third or fourth inning stretch like we wanted to. And you don't get a lot of those with certain baseball teams. It ends after the third or fourth inning, and we wanted to make sure CWC got their props. So runner on first, no outs on the board, and Caden Plewitt up to bat. It'll be Connor Higginbotham's first pitch right here. And he goes right down the middle for strike one. He's not going to be afraid to throw some strikes here. Evan does that breaking ball, gets him to reach a lot. Higgy is plain and simple, kind of like a bowler, just bowling straight down the line. And that one's going to go up towards center field, and good catch by Hunter Velarde on the run for out number one. Ethan Milliman is up to bat. This will be the first time we've seen him.
Now to bat for the Spartans, number 9, Ethan Milliman.
Here, I don't know if Rock Springs should be in that one too, just an FYI. The nope, down like that. This one also has Rock Springs if you need names. So Ethan Milliman up to bat now. Still have a runner on first he can bring home in this top of the fifth. There is one out on the board, even though the scoreboard doesn't say so. And I believe that was a foul ball. It'll be 0-1. Yes, it is. I got this wooden block in my way here. And Milliman doesn't have to worry about that. It gets thrown to first, and Sam Bush tries to pick off the runner, but he ends up safe. So now Milliman will be looking at an 0-1 pitch. And the runner will try and move to second, and Stevenson's going to get there, and he will get him out. What a throw. That'll be out number 2. And Stevenson, you thought his arm was tired after pitching 105 pitches today? Think again. He got it right to second, and Caden Rowan with the perfectly executed swipe. And then the ball goes right back to Caden, who kind of corrals it a little odd, goes to Sam Bush, and right there we get our last 2. That's 1, 2, 3 outs as soon as Connor came in, and that's exactly what they needed. We'll be right back after this. It's 4-1 in favor of Rock Springs.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber.
Some say healthcare is a calling. Taking care of others. It's who we are. It's what we do. And what we love. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been here. For the expected and the unexpected moments in life. As one of the region's largest employers, we're investing in our communities through donated services and charitable contributions. We're investing in our people, technologies, and facilities, so better care is more convenient and available to everyone, right here, close to you and the things that matter most. From maternity through maturity, from pediatrics to primary care, we're making a difference by improving life and health in our communities we love. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Welcome back. It is the bottom of the 5th here. Zach Ward is up to bat. It's still Aiden Walker, and Ward's going to bunt it right to third base. The scoop, the throw, it's too high. He's going to run to second, and that's going to be a good for a... Oh, wow. The throw must have been a little off, too, to second, as no one even got to second there. Good job by Zach Ward. Winner of the first ever David Rees Never Give Up Award, just never gave up there, and he got... He might be on there.
Now up to bat for Lander, number 6, Jace.
And I don't have Jace's last name either. I've been covering this team all year long. I haven't met Jace. Number 6. I do not know. Jace is up to bat. He's a left-hand batter.
For J-Bands? No, the wristbands for Lander. Oh, I thought Travis took those down at concessions.
They are down at concessions. Jace watches that one go low for strike 1. Jace now with an 1-1 pitch. And it's going to move to third, and I don't think Zach's going to get there. He does. He's safe. The hop on the throw is what made him safe there. Oh, it's Jace LeClaire. Duh. It's Jace LeClaire, Leclair. We haven't seen him all year long because he's been playing college ball. LeClaire, Leclair. Jace LeClaire, strike 2 as he swings. And it should be a 1-2 count. It is a 1-2 count. So LeClaire, we saw him last year in the state tournament. He was a huge factor. He has been playing some college ball this year, so we haven't seen him much during the regular season. And his first at bat in the state tournament is a strikeout looking. And now Sam Bush back up to bat. He's got a runner in scoring position, and they need a score. They have not scored since the second inning, or the first inning, I apologize. And right there, Sam Bush pops it high up right back to Aiden Walker, and that's going to be the easiest out you'll have all day. So Walker makes it 2 outs there. And Aiden Walker is now sitting at 78 pitches. Caden Rowan up to bat. Got a mosquito landed right on my mouth.
Now coming to the plate, number 31, Caden Rowan.
And Rowan desperately wants to get on base and needs to get on base. He had a good play at shortstop a little bit ago, and he fouls that one right. And past the Rock Springs fans, out towards the white car, and it doesn't hit it. It goes right underneath it. So Caden Rowan now looking at an 0-1 pitch. Runner on third. Zach looks ready to go home. And that's going to be good for a line drive out to center field, and it's right into the gloves. And Aiden Walker does not throw very many pitches there. We'll be right back with the top of the 6th. And Lander needs to do the same thing Aiden just did.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back.
For the Spartans,
it's the top of the 6th.
5, Ethan O'Brien.
And Ethan O'Brien is up to bat. And Connor Higginbotham really had a great relief effort there at the end of the 5th, and that is exactly what they're hoping to continue right now at the top of the 6th. Did you find the bracelets?
I did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, for those of you that want to help donate to the Rees family, we have bracelets. There are patches and stickers you can get at Shirts and More in Lander. I think we made more of these, but are we going to keep these here?
I think depending how the game ends,
Yeah.
we're going to go give this to Kelly.
Gotcha. We made some money here for the Rees family. You don't have to count it out. It's all good. That was a foul ball for Ethan O'Brien, and actually came back and hit the camera and the pitch speed clock. And that one, again, fouled, right? This time it goes over the fence. It's going to hit one of us. Nope. It goes right back, and if that hit my car again, I'm going to be upset. It rolled off the roof yesterday and landed on the back of my car. So we're going to hope and pray that that was not the same. So an 0-2 pitch now for Ethan O'Brien. Make that a 1-2 pitch as it was low and away. Stevenson does a good job catching that ball and putting a glove on it. Hard to believe today is already the 9th. Higgy, and he's going to get rid of that 1-2 pitch count and hit him in the back, and that will put O'Brien on base. As Braden Beyondich is up to bat for the first time since relieving Chase Hubert. And Beyondich, all last year I was saying his name wrong, which is why I asked for clarification. Like what, Hobson? Beyondich here, getting made fun of from the Casper coaches. We'll let him deal with them. And that's going to be high for ball one, and the fake to throw to first got him back in a hurry. Yeah, my last name is O'Brate, but everyone in my elementary school used to call me O'Brady, which led to my nickname being Brady Bunch, and I never heard my last name again until high school. There's inside for ball two. And right now, a 4-1 lead is what the Lander Lobos are looking up at. They would love to get into the bottom of the sixth, sticking with a 4-1 lead. But first, they got to get some outs here. And Higgy, that's not going to help. Pushes it up to a 3-0 count. And for those of you in Riverton or Lander that are not going to be able to come out to Casper today, don't forget there's a big softball tournament in Riverton filled with teams from all around the state. It's happening down on the Smith Road fields. We're going to be heading there after these games, and that one is swung on, and that'll be good for a foul, which means strike one. But yes, the Riverton youth softball, the fast pitch softball, I should say, is having their annual very large tournament. I don't know the name of it. I think it's just Riverton Softball Tournament, and they are going to be finishing up their championship games today. Connor looks at his options here. 3-1 pitch. It's a hitter's count. And he swings on it, and it goes foul. Looked like he wanted to check his swing a little bit there, and either way got contact on it, went backwards. Good job by number 12, Chase Shelley, to hurry up, get the ball back to the ump. Everyone's hot out there. And that'll be out number 1 there. Yeah, those are all from our Mother's Day and Father's Day tournament in Lander. I just brought them home for you. Shelley. Chase Shelley. I want to give a big props to Ranger Printers for helping us out. They're not only helping us out during the year with the programs for the Lobos, but now we're helping out the Casper guys with our Father's Day and Mother's Day rosters that we were able to print. So if you need anything, whether it's a program, whether it's big banners, whether it's posters, go head down to Ranger Printers in Riverton. It's the same building as the Ranger and Lander Journal are at, as well as WYO Today will soon be at. It'll be at 421 East Main Street down in Riverton. Can't miss it. Big old Ranger sign over the door. We're going to get some cool stickers on the windows as well as Higgy throws ball number 2 to Chase Shelley. And yes, WYO Today Radio Network, home of 93.9 KTAK, 93.1, 101.7, and 99.1 The Heat, as well as 1450 KVOW. Those are our radio stations. Lander Tigers football and basketball sitting on 93.1, and All Riverton Athletics on 93.9. That one is fouled back for strike one. Just giving ourselves all the promotion we need. Now I won't get in any trouble for not promoting. So Shelley looking at a 2-1 count, 1 out on the board, runner on first. And again, tipped back. Almost hit the ankle of Stevenson there. It was about a centimeter away. Now it's a 2-2 count for Shelley. And last year in this same game, Lander Lobos had a walk-off win after coming back from down in the 5th inning, I believe it was, and that won't help. That'll make it a full count. But I'm just saying anything is possible. Last year, the walk-off win, boy, that was exciting to see David Rees celebrate that with his team and then head into the state championship game directly after. We're hoping for something similar today, but first, Lander needs to get out of this inning. It's 3-2-1 on the board, a full count with 1 out. Higgy gauging, and now he fires, and it almost hits him, and that'll be ball 4. And Higgy starts off with 1 out and 2 runners on base, and Stevenson going to come out and maybe calm him down just a little bit. We're going to have just a meeting at the mound as Stevenson calls for. We're going to take a break and let them talk to each other. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Wild Today's YouTube page.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back. We're not taking the ball out of Higgy's hands at all. I think we're actually just giving them a water break. As we mentioned, it is hot outside. I'm going to get a weather update here for you as it is extremely just sunny in general. The UV index has got to be high as we're going to look it up here.
Up to bat for the Spartans, number 5, Owen Patterson.
So out here in Casper, this reads 76. It feels hotter than that, does it not? UV index is a 9, so very, very high. Good air quality, though, compared to New York, too. New York and everywhere else around the country, we seem to have the best air quality around as Owen Patterson watches that go ball 1. It wasn't smoky in Lander, but it was a little foggy. I guess you could call it smoke. We did have a substitution come in, by the way, number 99, Micah Stone, coming in for number 12, which was Chase Shelley, so he's going to be the courtesy runner there. Patterson now looking at a 1-0 pitch. Higgy doesn't even really wait very long. He throws it low and outside for ball 2. Higginbotham has already tossed 23 pitches. And now this toss inside for ball 3. And Higgy's finding himself in the same hole that Stevenson was in a little bit ago, just throwing a little inside and a little high with runners on base. And it's starting to become a tidbit scary for the Lobos fans that have made their way out here today. And that'll do it for ball 4. He loads the bases. 4 straight balls. And now up to bat is going to be number 17. That's Kyle Cahill.
Now up to bat, number 17, Kyle Cahill.
He already has been walked, and he had a strikeout looking. We'll see what he can do here. With bases loaded, Higgy just needs to strike him out and move on to the next guy. Instead, he gets contact, and that's going foul. And that looks like it's definitely hitting a car. Sounds like it, too. So an 0-1 pitch now for Cahill, son of one of the coaches over there. He gets swung on again. This one goes to left field. Zach Ward says he's got it. And he does. And he's going to try and toss it to home. And luckily, the runner at third base, he saw that coming from a mile away. He stayed put. So that'll get out number 2 for Higgy. Now up to bat is Sean Stone. He's had a day as well. He had a single as well as being walked. And, yep, a single and a walk. And a fly out to center field, right? Yep, and a fly out to center field. We're working the old school scorebooks after a season long of relying on Game Changer. Stone with the bases loaded, watches that go low and outside. It catches that outside of the strike zone, though. That was that pretty placement that Stevenson was throwing it all day today as well as on Thursday. It's a great spot to be for these pitchers, that outside low strike zone. This one gets hit high towards center field. Hunter says he's got it, and he does, and that will end the inning without a scar for the Lander Lobos. And now at the bottom of the 6th, they need at least 3 runs to tie this game up. Next inning will be their last.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you. When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Welcome back. The Spartans up 4-1 on your Lander Lobos, and it is the bottom of the 6th. No time limits here, 7 full innings at the state tournament unless you get the mercy rule, which we are obviously not at. It's 4-1. You need 10 after 4. You need 15 after 3. We're not even close to that. But the last 3 days have shown Lander do that. And today they are just not getting bats on balls like they did. And maybe the big difference, Coach Carey said it yesterday, they like to hit first so that they can start off, if they can start off with the team going up to bat for the first time down by multiple runs. That really puts the fear of God into some teams. But today Rock Springs was able to bat first, and so far we've seen how Lander has reacted to that. And right now Connor Higginbotham up to bat. He watched that one go low for ball 1. The Valor team dressed in their white jerseys with the black streak across the middle and the gold letters. And Higgy fouls that one back, and again it hits the Game Changer camera. And we're going to have a parent come up and fix that again. So Valor rocking that. Gillette rocking their black unis with the bright green pinstripes. As we mentioned in their game on Thursday, they think the other jerseys are bad luck. So Higgy has to duck out of that way for that one for ball 2. 2-1 pitch now for Higgy. As that pitch was number 83 for Aiden Walker. And that's going to be high for ball 3. And Higgy can be patient here on his hitter's count. We'll see what he decides to do. He likes to be aggressive. He's already gotten 1 home run this season. It was actually 2 weeks ago. And right there, strike 2, and we've got up to a full count here. Lander fans getting a little antsy over here on the left side of the field. I would be too if I was a parent of one of these players. And that one gets swung on and fouled. And into the park, it looks like, over a red truck. Whoever brings that ball back is going to get a ring pop. Oh, we need more balls down on the field. Higgy with a full count again. Swings and misses, and he's angry, and I don't blame him. It's an upsetting way to end your first at-bat of this inning. Hopefully Evan Stevenson can make up for some lost effort there. Effort's the wrong word. Make up for some lost. Think of the word and you put it there. Brain's not moving too fast after driving and 3 cups of coffee, 2 cups of coffee here. Stevenson swings on the first pitch like he likes to do. Swings and misses though. Strike 1. I guess production would be the right word as we go back to 10 seconds. Stevenson looking at an 0-1 pitch. Aiden Walker approaching 90, and that one will go out and away for ball 1. And that will be pitch number 89. Aiden Walker's had a pretty great day so far. How many strikeouts does he have? Do you count there? Well, I got 1, 2, 8. He's got 7 or 8 strikeouts. We'll see here. Walker with the 1-1 pitch. Make it 2-1 as that one was outside. Stevenson was part of that home run derby the other night. He got extremely close to knocking one out. His dad, Shannon, was the one throwing. He actually threw to all the Lander boys. Oh, and he has to duck kind of out of the way there and straighten his knees so he doesn't get capped. Makes it 3-1, and again, we're back into the hitter's count. Stevenson can do with this what he wants. Walker, though, showed in the last batter what he does with a 3-1 pitch. And he does that. He throws a strike right down the middle. Stevenson watches it, and now he's up to a full count. Stevenson now steps up and the fire, and it goes low, and he's going to be good and patient and watches it go. Ball 4. So Stevenson will take his base. Benz is now up to bat. Benz has not had the best day so far. He had a strikeout and a strikeout, both of them swinging. See what he does with his third at bat here. Umpire Tommy gets some fresh baseballs in his pocket, and now we're back to action. Stevenson going to go ahead and take off for second. This is going to be close. He's safe. The foot touched the bag before the swipe touched the foot, and that's going to be a good call by umpire Julie there. Julie, who's so afraid of getting hit. She was telling us just how much she fears getting a baseball to the dome out there in the infield. Benzie with an 0-1 count, watches it go inside for a 1-1 count. His teammate saying he should have warned that one. I think that was he would have had to lean in, and that wouldn't have counted anyway. A 1-1 pitch now. With 1 out on the board, Lander only has 1 run. They need 3 more. Aiden kind of checks second and then throws a strike low for Josh Benz. And Benzie does not want to end his state tournament drive here with 3 strikeouts. We'll see what he does with a 1-2 pitch. Cahill gives a signal to Aiden Walker. Walker fires away in the swing, and it is a strikeout, swinging his 3rd straight of this game. And now up to bat is Hunter Velarde, but we're going to get some talks at the mound between Cahill and Aiden Walker, as well as the first baseman, Sean Stone. Walker's sitting there at 97 pitches, which means he has 8 more to go until he has to be relieved. And we get back to business here. Hunter Velarde points up at the sky like many baseball players do, typically after a hit, but he's going to do it beforehand. He bunted his way to a single earlier, and he watches strike 1 go right down the middle. With 2 outs on the board, you're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive, and Lander knows that. Hunter, not known for being the most aggressive, but he does swing, and he swings like that at some high balls every now and then. When he swings with a lot of power. Him and Caleb Bartoni, I remember at a practice earlier this year, were being told to swing a little bit more judiciously. He was trying to get everything, and ooh, that's going to go inside, and it's going to be Stevenson to third, and Stevenson gets called out. And that will be the way that this inning ends. And we're going to head to the top of the 7th. Lander needs to keep them at 4, and boy, oh boy, do they need runs more than ever right now.
A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Okay, we have a very confusing situation. For those of you that are watching on WYO today, I appreciate you sticking around. So umpire Tommy originally called out after umpire Julie confirmed, and then Coach Ryan Carey came over, had some words with Coach Tommy, and got a different explanation, maybe a different view, and suddenly the Lander bench and fans erupted into a cheer, and the Rock Springs coach is not mad because they overturned their own call. And so now we're getting even more time here, and we're going to get Hunter Velarde back up to bat. Evan Stevenson is now officially safe at third. Still 2 outs on the board. It's a 1-2 pitch, and boy, would it be not fun if this were to be just a strikeout right on the first pitch here. Velarde had already taken off his helmet, put on his glove, gotten his bat out, and now steps back into the batter's box and watches it go strikeout, just as I would have imagined Aiden Walker was going to do. He wanted to just throw straight down the middle. So either way, that ends the inning, and just like we just did, we'll head to the top of the 7th after this.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Welcome back. So after all that confusion, it will be the top of the 7th, and it will be Higgy continuing to throw. Hunter Velarde, very lucky he didn't get ejected there. We were all kind of talking about it up here. He threw his bat vigorously after that strikeout. I would imagine it was kind of upsetting to be told you're out, or be told that you were going to go back to the dugout and have another chance to pitch with a clean pitch count next time, and then to come back out and immediately get struck out. He was just upset. And knowing Hunter for as long as I've known him, he's a fun-loving guy, but he can get angry too, just like any one of us. And so that bat throw, lucky that I think neither of the umpires really saw it, but we saw it up here. And either way, Hunter is back out in center field, where Aiden Walker looks to be up to bat here. And Lander, the only way Lander can get out of this cleanly is if they don't allow another run and they get back out to bat and end up with a walk-off win. Other than that, they could tie it at 4. We could go to 8 innings. We'll see what happens here. First, though, we have a lot in our way before we get to that moment in time. And first up is going to be Aiden Walker. We're getting extra balls for umpire Tommy, who had to spend some extra time explaining himself to the Rock Springs dugout as well as their fans, and then had to do the same to the Lander fans, including Miss Reese over there, who's walking around like a madman.
Now up to bat for the Spartans, number 22, Aiden Walker.
And Aiden Walker up to bat, like we mentioned. And we have some talking happening up there at the mound. And boy, if you are sitting on the cement bleachers out here, you're getting a suntan today. Higgy steps up on the mound. Aiden Walker steps in the batter's box. And this very well could be the last inning of the season for either of these teams. And look at that. That one on a first pitch goes right to second base. No, first base. Bush drops it. And neither Teddy Rivera nor Sam Bush really called it. And Sam Bush already upset with himself. Throws his glove down, and I don't blame him. So Teddy looked like he was calling it, and then Sam said, no, I got it. And when Sam said that, he took his eyes off the ball in the air, and that was right when it was coming down. It just hit his glove and bounced right out. And that seems to happen far too often in big games like this. So now we get just another meeting at the mound here. Who's up to bat? I missed that. Shawn? No. Sabin Carlson. The same number I forgot in the last inning. Higgy tells Sam that it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. Just got to capitalize on what we can capitalize on now. Food does smell good. What is that? Walking tacos down there or something? It does kind of smell like popcorn, actually, now that I think about it. Higgy gets another first pitch swing, goes right to Caden Rowan underneath his glove, and that'll be a single based off an error there. So again, first pitch swing
Out to bat for the Spartans, number 40.
Leads to a first single, and now Caden Pluid with no outs on the board. He could really put Lander's hopes and dreams out of reach with a good hit here. So far, Connor's only thrown 2 pitches, and now umpire Tommy's going to call a break. And he's telling Higgy I think he's giving him a warning. Next one's going to be a balk. He put his hands in his glove and then pulled his hand out, so we are not allowed to do that. You have to come set, and we have had quite a few balks this week. These umpires are not afraid to call those. And another first pitch swing. This time goes right out to center field. And Hunter Velarde off his glove. That's going to lead to 1 run at least. And Rock Springs is now up by 4. Number 9 is Milliman. Ethan Milliman up to bat.
Now to bat for the Spartans, number 9, Ethan Milliman.
Go Millie. Milliman stands up to bat with runners on first, runners on second. Higgy doesn't get a first pitch swing this time, and that's because it's low and outside for ball 1. So that's only the 4th pitch that Higgy has thrown in this inning, and this inning has seen 3 hits and 1 run scored. Higgy winds up and fires, and again, that one swung on, goes over the head of Caden Rowan, and now out in left field, Zach Ward's got to pick it up, and he's going to fire it right back to Caden, and they're going to have bases loaded now with 0 outs on the board. Lander
Spartans, number 25, Ethan O'Brien.
Facing Ethan O'Brien here, and the most they can hope for is a really good-looking double play that might keep the runner on base and not at home, and that one bounces, and good job by Evan Stevenson to put a glove in front of it and bounce it right back down to the dirt. Connor kind of takes his time getting back to the mound. I hope he's not in his own head very much. He's only thrown 35 pitches. He's still got quite a ways to go. That one gets swung on for strike 1. Good looking pitch there. A little high and inside. Caught that strike zone either way. O'Brien now sees all of his teammates leading off pretty well, and that one's tipped back foul for strike 2. Beyondich comes out and grabs the ball. Here we go. That one gets swung on again. This goes to right field. Right fielder catches it. What a great catch. And then the fire to home. And instead, Higgy stops it before it gets there. It's going to be 6-1. It will be an out on the board out there. Boy, what a good run out there by the right fielder. And Coach Carey also visibly upset. Lander team is dealing with a lot of emotions that I feel like they've been bottling up all week long, and it's all coming out here in a way. And I think we're going to get a talking to by the umpire. I think that is probably the right move. I love Coach Carey, but you can't throw your playbook. Oh, what's going to happen here? He's not going to eject him, is he? He does. That's what I'm worried about. Or is he talking about? I think he's trying to tell Connor about how to not get a balk here. We'll see. Oh no! Now we're going to talk to umpire Julie. And yep, they are worrying about the tag. Pluid got from second to third on that. So he will be safe. The tag was accounted for. And that gave Higgy some time to talk to Coach Carey. Coach Connor Carey, I should say, as Coach Ryan Carey was talking to umpire Tommy. So now back up to bat. Number 7, Braden Beyondich. He's got runners on the corners and an out on the board. And the throw goes to first instead, and that was not close to the bag, but good job by Sam to keep it from going past him there. Now we'll see Beyondich, and he watches that go low and outside for strike 1. Scoreboard says 0 outs. There is 1 out on the board. The throw is low, and that's going to be ball 1. Good job by Evan to put a glove on top of it again. Umpire Julie's out there like this with the mosquitoes if anyone's looking at her. She had bug spray yesterday, or sunscreen, one or the other, that gave her a little bit of an allergic outbreak, so I don't think she's using either today. That one gets swung on, goes off the top of the bat. Sounded like it may have hit either Evan Stevenson's face mask or maybe umpire Tommy's chest pad. Now an 0-2 pitch for Beyondich. That rhymes. Dr. Seuss up here. And that one gets swung on for a foul. It'll stay 1-2 here. Runner on first really contemplated going to second there. As the food smell is pouring into this crow's nest. There's another foul ball right back towards the same spot. Some lucky kid's going to get two because he just saw one and then probably got another one bounced right to him back there. Beyondich steps back up into the plate, still looking at a 1-2 pitch. And he swings for strike 3 on that one. Boy, he wanted all of it and more. Now up to bat, number 12. And that is Chase Shelley.
Now up to bat for the Spartans, number 12, Chase Shelley.
The second baseman had a courtesy runner last time, which is why we were looking at the numbers here. And he goes first pitch swing. This one goes right back again towards the same spot. That mom's going to get some free candy. What are we watching back here on YouTube? Look at this. They were making fake eyebrows. That was a strange one to leave on, Finley. And now he gets a good swing right to the third baseman, and the throw to first is good for out number 3. And they escape with only 2 runs put on the board. It could have been worse, trust me. And it also could have led to a couple ejections as we had some emotions and some tempers flaring. We'll be back. Hopefully those emotions and tempers lead to some hits.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Gourmet pizza in a flash. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.
From the field to the court to the pool and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Welcome back. We're going to do it really quick. A CWC pitching change as Aiden Walker gets replaced by Owen Patterson. For more information on CWC's 4-year and 2-year degree programs and how you can earn them from the comfort of your own home, be sure to visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. And Will Bush swings on the first pitch. We're talking to the team down there, telling them they got this. Anyone that's left a comment. That one goes right to first base, and that'll be good for out number 1. And Rock Springs is 2 outs away from heading to the championship game. Lander 2 outs away from missing their first championship game in 5 years. That in itself is an achievement to be proud of, and getting to this final game after the week that they've had is an achievement to be proud of.
Now to bat, number 43, Theodore Rivera.
Now Teddy Rivera up to bat. Teddy swings on the first pitch as he had a small prayer before this at bat. And now Teddy steps back up in the box. And that one goes low in the dirt. Good patience, good eye by Teddy Rivera there. We were kind of mentioning it too. Rock Springs seems to be Lander's kryptonite this season. Last year they didn't really have a kryptonite. They were up and at them every single game. They had a couple teams that they didn't play well against, but no teams that they were winless against. And there's strike 2 as Teddy Rivera swings and a miss for a low ball. This 1-2 pitch is going to mean a lot for Teddy. There is a couple dragonflies out here. And that one is going to be good for strike 3. He struck out looking. And now another prayer from the next batter. Zach Ward, the left fielder.
Now to bat for Lander, number 17, Zach Ward.
This is going to be one of 2 things here. We're hoping it's not the other, but Zach Ward needs a hit to keep this game going. He won't get it there as it's strike 1 right on the outside of the strike zone. And he gets contact on that one, but it does go foul. It goes back, heads up. Oh, I thought that was going to hit the Gillette fans underneath the tree there. Yeah. Zach Ward now with an 0-2 pitch. And Owen Patterson gets him to strike out. And that will be an end to the Lander Lobos season. And the emotions are going to be running high here. We will be back with a quick post-game show. I don't really want to bring anyone up here after a loss like this. We'll be right back after this.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
From one corner of the state to the other, Over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Welcome back. We're going to have a quick Click It or Ticket post-game show here as Lobos ended up losing this game 6-1 and ending their season that was supposed to be filled with fun, happiness, and another state championship. This week has just dealt with a lot, and so we are going to we're going to head out of here with our heads held high. We're going to move on to next season, and a lot of these players moving on to college ball. I will go ahead and give out our Gatorade Player of the Game. Give that to Zach Ward. He had a lot of emotions out there, but he did get a good hit, and he had a solid couple plays out in left field. Strong plays out there. And I think we're going to give the Papa Murphy's Player of the Game to Evan Stevenson. He did well pitching, and even though bat didn't connect on the ball very often today, he was able to really show his speed and get a couple steals. So we'll go ahead and give those to the kids. And for your Lander Lobos 2023 season, I appreciate everyone watching and listening every week. Really want to thank the Lander Lobos for letting me come out here and do this. Really want to thank Miss Rees for being so open with us. And want to thank all the coaches and players that have come up and talked to us all year long. For Shawn O'Brate, I really do appreciate everyone coming out today. We'll see you next season. And for those of you that are listening and watching all Lander Athletics, we'll see you in football season. That'll be August, late August. We'll start bringing you Lander Tigers football once again. Thanks again for Shawn O'Brate. This has been Wild Today's YouTube page.